Hey everyone, and welcome to my channel. Today I'll be talking to you about what is it like to date an Egyptian man. First, I just want you to understand that everything I'm going to be talking to you about today is just my personal opinion and it is not a fact. And when we say the word Egyptian men, that means we're talking about a huge group of people, and everyone is different. So there's actually no room for generalization because they have tend to have different personalities. But being an Egyptian myself and being raised in Egypt and now living in America, I can tell you some of general points that might help you understand what is it like to date an Egyptian. Again, things that girls like about men is really subjective. Because, for example, when I start talking to you about some of the common things in Egyptian men, they tend to be a little jealous, for example, or a little protective, or will feel responsible. Some girls might find one of those things good, and some others will find it that it is not good to have those characters. So again, I'm gonna just leave the judgment up to you guys. So although there are a lot of different things in dating an Egyptian man, and they tend to have different personalities. But there's definitely some common points that we can discuss. Number one, serious personality. As an Egyptian myself, and I guess most of the people when they first deal with me, they think I'm a little rude or not very friendly or anything like that. But I guess it's in Egyptians in general, especially Egyptian men who were raised in Egypt. Because if you're, for example, if you're Italian, and you can definitely tell that there's a little difference between Italian men who were born and raised in Italy and then they moved to America, or the Italian men who actually born and raised in America. So there's a little different in personalities, but mainly Egyptian men who are born and raised in Egypt, they tend to have some sort of serious personality, especially with people who don't know them. That doesn't mean that they're rude or cold or anything like that, but just it just means that since they don't know you, they're not going to be very friendly with you at the first time. Second thing is protective. Egyptian men, we're generally very, very protective. We feel that when we have a woman in our lives, that means that it is our responsibility to make sure that she's having a good day and she's protected and she's not going through hell and I'm just home or like chilling. So Egyptian men usually tend to be very protective, and I guess because I've been living in America here for quite some time right now, I found that it is a little not that common, although for us as Egyptians, like this is common sense. You're never allowed to um, smile or have a good day, and you know that your wife is sick, or she is not happy, or she's having troubles with her boss or job or whatever. But so that's why I felt like I need to pinpoint that for you guys, that Egyptian men usually will never like be the kind of men who will just let you have your day no matter how hard it is, and they just don't care. No, they tend to be very, very protective. Number three, they tend to be very responsible. We as Egyptian, we believe that it's a man's job to take care of everything, even financial stuff. So when we have a woman in our life, we don't believe that she should worry about paying the rent or paying her bills or paying for the car. We believe that it's a man's responsibility to cover all those aspects of life, including financial aspects. So we believe that it's a father's job to make sure that the family feels safe. We don't believe that it is kind of okay to feel that my family are like they're worried about tomorrow or worried about things in life and I am here. We tend to believe that it's our job as the father or the man in the relationship to always make sure that everything is covered and everything is in order. Number four, we never force religion. I don't see a reason why I should pinpoint that, but I guess for some reasons there's a lot of misunderstandings and misconceptions about like religions in general, not only like Islam because it's the common religion between Egyptians, but like in general, Egyptian men are not going to force you to change your religion. And I don't know, but me personally, I have a lot of Egyptian men who are married to non Muslim or non-Egyptian girls, and they never tend to ask them to change their religion because, believe it or not, in the Islamic religion itself, you are not allowed to force anyone to be a Muslim. It is not even a good thing to do. We believe that you're gonna end up in hell if you do that. Number five, Egyptian men are usually very ambitious and independent. Like being an Egyptian myself, my family is all the way down in Egypt, so it is it doesn't make any sense to say that I'm going to be dependent on them or dependent on my mom or my dad or whatever. No, Egyptian men are usually tend to be very, very independent because they usually and very, very ambitious too. If you look at if, I don't know if you have Egyptian people in your community, but the Egyptian men are generally, again, not 100% of the time, but in general, they tend to be very, very ambitious and they want to achieve more and more in their careers. Number six, they're usually very family oriented. If you are dating an Egyptian, you'll see that he always thinks about settling down, especially if he kind of succeeded in achieving the main things in life, like he succeeded in his work and his job and he was able to achieve a level of financial stability. At that point, they will always tend to be very family oriented. They usually take care of their kids and their wives. They tend to be very, very family oriented. Number seven, we're really jealous. If you're a kind of girl, have a lot of friends who are males, or you hang out with a lot of male friends, I don't think dating an Egyptian man will be a good fit or a good idea for you because Egyptian men are very jealous and they do not let our like they we don't let ourselves to have a lot of friends who are girls and we don't accept to be with a girl who have a lot of friends who are men. We believe that we should have only each other in life. Of course we should have friends, of course we should hang out and travel and do all these things, but we tend to be very, very jealous, and that also applies to the way you dress, for example. Egyptian men usually feel jealous when they're not gonna feel happy when they see you wearing really short clothes or anything like that. They usually tend to be very, very jealous. Number seven, they never agree to have children without marriage. Usually, Egyptian men they tend to believe that the best way to raise children is to have a family set up. So it's to provide the best environment possible for a kid. So usually, when you're dating an Egyptian man, they'll see that they always want to get married before they take the step to have kids, and they usually believe that or we usually believe that it's the best way to raise a child is when the mom and dad are married and everything is kind of in order. Again, there's no generalization and every man is different, and of course I'm not trying to say that all the Egyptian men are perfect or all of them are not perfect, but I'm just trying to give you some sort of a common of idea of the common things between Egyptian men. And I hope you guys enjoyed this video. And if you like it, just please like and subscribe. And if you have any questions, just please leave it in comment below. And thank you so much for watching.